Hello YouTubers, this is YT Life and I am going to be sharing my relationship with loneliness. My relationship with loneliness begins with being a young girl and not understanding I was different, that my brain was advanced emotionally compared to the rest of my peers. And the fact that I had to grow up faster than the people my age, having a phone, but for a long period of my life wondering why no one ever texted or called frequently, having plans and not being able to do the social norms like being a kid and having the parents meet up before the parents meet each other before the kids actually go off and out and do their own thing, or going on outings all day with other kids and their families. I never got to do that. Going to school and wondering why so many people talk about you, but you don't understand what's going on truly, whether they're your real friend or not. And then you grow up later finding out that all your friends were fake. Being 13 and feeling so alone because you're living a life where for you it's a nightmare, but to everyone else it's nothing because they didn't live it and they don't understand it. Being that person in the classroom who doesn't understand what's going on in school because they're too busy trying to survive at home. That's my relationship with loneliness. And then being 18 years old and finding that your life to a certain extent feels like a whole lie because you were diagnosed with something that you didn't know was a part of your life, and explains the whole reason why your life was the way it was, but you never understood it because no one explained it to you or let alone acknowledged it enough for you to get the services earlier before being 18. Because after being 18 and you're on the spectrum, it's harder to get services because you're no longer considered a child. My loneliness I had as a kid is sometimes it still feels real to this day. And that's hard. Because also the loneliness comes with the fact of, hey, you experience everything late in life. You experience the fact that, hey, socially you're not as prepared as you thought you were. And you always feel like you're failing, but you don't understand why. You get confused in social situations, but you act like you know how to maneuver within the social situation to not only feel safe, but also to understand what the person is saying, when really half the time you don't even know what the hell you're saying yourself. You're just going off with your experience more than what you actually think. My relationship with loneliness is one of those things where it's like, you always say that you're okay, but you're not. You have to constantly try and make yourself feel happy by keeping yourself busy, or try and do things that you never done before and see if it makes a difference in your life. Yes, it may make a difference in your life, but you don't know what your purpose is. And then once you find that what that purpose is, and someone ruins it for you, it doesn't feel the same. Because part of my loneliness is also having big emotions and not always understanding them. And trying hard not to feel. Because if you don't feel, you don't get hurt, is how I've lived my life. But it's not as much as it used to be. Yes, I'm still lonely a lot, but also I learned to be content with the loneliness. I learned to be content with the fact that maybe being lonely is okay. Maybe being lonely and the fact that being okay with the childhood that I had, but also understanding that I can make my adult life different. And as for someone on the spectrum and being diagnosed as a kid but not knowing their whole lives and finding out randomly after 18, it's a lot every day. And all the stuff that I've been able to do and that I've managed to do on my own is a big win for me. And those who do celebrate with me, I thank you. And those who don't understand and will never truly understand, or not want to at least try and understand, then that's on you guys. But I mainly shared this video because my relationship with loneliness is just as real as anybody else's, if not a bit more. I may not have explained to you all of it, but this is what I'm comfortable with, and I choose to stay with what I'm comfortable with. So yeah, please like, subscribe, and bye!